Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm John Lazarus with Stories Matter and D&D Publishing. If you clicked on this video, I'm guessing you're having some trouble breaking into the industry. You probably have had dozens of rejection letters from literary agents or indie publishers. So you probably self-published some short stories on a blog, maybe even a novel or two on Amazon. But nobody bought it because why would they? You're a no-name piece of shit. You know you have talent, but if you died today, your obituary would likely list you as masturbator before writer. What's an aspiring writer to do? In today's video, I'll discuss some of the biggest mistakes new authors make, so hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a 1 or 2% better chance at becoming famous. This and more today on Stories Matter. Today's video is brought to you by tracking devices. Whether you're a concerned parent of a small child, a suspicious husband wondering why your wife suddenly wants to take night classes at the Learning Annex, or an aspiring writer who lives near Penguin Publishing offices and has a lot of spare time on his hands, tracking devices might be right for you. Easily affixable to the nape of a child's neck or the wheel well of a 2012 Honda CR-V, these devices provide unobtrusive ways to keep track of the ones you love. And with a long battery life, you can easily keep track of someone for, as an example, a 4-day holiday at a remote cabin in the Adirondacks. Call now to see if tracking devices are right for you. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 1. Not attacking critics at every opportunity. Most new writers experience high rates of rejection. And because most of you were terrible at sports and unpopular in high school, you've grown accustomed to letting the criticism roll right off your back. Fight that urge. You ever notice how the greatest business people, celebrities, and politicians are all huge assholes? That's because people respect and admire assholes. The more you stand up for yourself, the more people will take you seriously. Get a bad review? Hack your reviewer's social media and have them proclaim vocal support for NAMBLA. Get rejected by a literary agent or publisher? Hack their social media and post visual depictions of the Prophet Muhammad. Number 2. Limiting your marketing avenues. As I've shown, a social media presence is key for any aspiring author, but most writers stop there. In doing so, you lose a lot of potential readers. The elderly, poor people without access to computers, Luddites, obese people whose fingers are too fat to type, or even people who like to go outside. You can try these things. If it's a comedy, read your book in a crowded cafe and laugh loudly. When people ask you about it, say it's an unknown author who should be way more famous. If money isn't an issue, promote it with a billboard. And if money really isn't an issue, promote it with skywriting. Number 3. Writing for yourself. Most writers think writing's supposed to be fun. But really, the only fun thing about the writing process is giving a busty fan your hotel keycard at a book signing. But it takes decades for most writers to get to that point. Writing is a job, plain and simple. No different than being an office worker or a barista or Secretary General of the United Nations. But unlike any of those jobs, you have to take it seriously, because you're the boss. So if you quit your day job to become a writer, just remind yourself that you're doing it for the money and not because you thought it'd be more fulfilling than helping autistic children. Number 4. Spending big bucks on a book cover. Ever heard of the phrase, don't judge a book by its cover? Even school children know that. It's the content that matters. But I still see new writers drop 4 figures for an eye-catching cover. Please stop. Do yourself a favor and spend that hard-earned cash on something more useful, like editing, alimony, or insulin. Number 5. Disregarding the competition. A big mistake a lot of new writers make is thinking that their work will stand on its own merits. But in reality, your reader is just going to compare your work to other authors they've read before. So you need to be proactive. Discredit and shame as many famous authors in your genre as you can. For example, Robert Ludlum rose to prominence largely because he was the first to say Tom Clancy had been using orphan ghostwriters. Number 6. Living your life. Lots of writers think they need to live their life to get inspiration for their writing. Oh really? You're writing a hard-hitting thriller about a porn-obsessed chronic masturbator? Our Midwest summer barbecue is a bastion of character, wit, and intrigue. Your life is boring and pointless, but your fiction shouldn't be. Family reunions, recitals, baptisms, funerals, and pleasuring your wife just gets in the way of these key edits, those opening hooks that need polishing. Focus on the work. That's all that matters. Here are a few more mistakes you can fix on your way to becoming famous. Number 7. Not joining the secret satanic societies to which most literary agents and New York Big Six publishers belong. Number 8. Not getting an email account. Number 9. Using the hunt and peck method of typing. Number 10. Forgetting that agents are open and susceptible to bribes, extortion, or blackmail. That's all for today. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll leave you with this week's author quote of the week. See you on the next one.